I can't get Debbie Gibson out of my head. I woke up this morning and all I could think is, just the foolish beat of my heart. I'm like, why am I thinking about Debbie Gibson? There was a time when broken hearts and broken dreams were over. Remember that song? There was a place where all you could do was wish on. Imagine if I could actually use my voice for anything. It's really all right, dog. That was disgusting. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. It is Monday, March something or other. I am so happy that you guys are here with me this morning. Shake your love. I just can't shake your love. Oh my God. Electric youth. The power is in the energy coming on. I get lost in your eyes. Listen, I'm going to teach Olivia about Debbie Gibson. I kind of feel like I should. It's like a thing. All right. So, I hope everybody slept well. Everybody's ready for the week. In Alabama, it is the week before spring break. So we are excited because, it's the week before spring break. I will be in New Jersey on Thursday and Friday for work and then meet the kids in Atlanta on Saturday and Michael and go to Florida. So we're excited for spring break. The dates yesterday were great. Today is the first day of spring. Dairy Queen is giving out free ice cream cones. So if you have a Dairy Queen need near you, take your kids to Dairy Queen. And what else? Yesterday, my dates were great. Went and saw Beauty and the Beast with Olivia, with some friends, and then we went to lunch, and it was great. And then I got to take Max to the mother-son dance last night, and it was awesome. He played laser tag most of the time, but that's fine. We were together in spirit. It was great. So everything was good. I didn't get to spend any alone time with Charlie yesterday, but we're going to work it out, me and that little nugget. Oh, yeah, don't start, buddy. All right, so I want to tell you guys about this story that happened with Max yesterday while we were driving to our mother-son dance, okay? So we're on our way yesterday, and, oh, yeah, wait, before I start, let me reiterate one more time. Free ice cream cones at Dairy Queen today. So if you have a Dairy Queen, wherever you live, free, okay? Rita's is also giving out free ice today. Somebody just said, free ices. Guys, free. Perfect opportunities for you to make sure that your children say thank you and look people in the eye. I'm drinking my coffee black this morning. All right, let's do our Wounded Warriors thing real quick, and then I'm going to tell you the story about Max. Don't go anywhere. Hang 10. Don't move. And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that same look upon your face. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about Max for a second. So yesterday on the way to the mother-son dance, Max and I were talking, right? And he said to me, Mom, I'm not going to... guys, it's not commercials. It's just a thing I agreed to do for Wounded Warrior. Okay? Just who cares? It's 10 seconds of your life. All right. So Max and I were driving, and he goes, Mom, I'm not giving money to homeless people anymore. And I go, why are you not giving money to homeless people anymore? And he goes, well, because someone told me they just use the money for cigarettes. Now, imagine me being completely caught off guard because First of all, Max didn't even know the word cigarette, so I know that an adult told him this. Second of all, I'm disappointed that an adult, any adult, took it upon themselves to tell my child that homeless people use money for things like cigarettes. That frustrated me. So I asked him who told him that, and he told me, and I'm going to save that conversation for that adult when I see that adult. But he said to me, I don't want to give my money to homeless people if they are going to use the money for cigarettes or something like that. And I said to him, let me explain something to you, Max. First of all, not all homeless people use money for things like cigarettes. Second of all, here is the thing about helping other people. Whether you help them financially, whether you help them emotionally, whether you give them clothes, whatever it is, you need to be helping people because you want to be the person who helps people, not because you want to track how they are hurting, how they are utilizing the help you've given. That is not what you do. You are not here to track how they take your advice, how they use your money, how they wear your clothes. If I want to donate clothes to a woman who doesn't have them and then she wants to sell them for money, that's on her. That is not on me. We are called to help people. That is it. We have been called to help other people. When I do Coffee Talk and I talk to you about getting out of abusive relationships, I am not here to track whether you are actually taking the advice and utilizing it into your own life, and if you aren't, blocking you from Coffee Talk because you're not using my advice and my help the way I expect you to use it. Sometimes you listen to Coffee Talk so that it sinks in because somebody else may need it. You may be listening to Coffee Talk right now because 2 days from now, somebody may need to hear this conversation. And you go, oh, I just heard something the other day I want to share with you. We have been called to help others. That's it. You give and you move on. You have answered your calling. It is your test. So I told him all of this and he was like, well, I don't know because I don't want them to buy cigarettes because then they will die. Now, I understand. He's thinking about my father, right? And I said, first of all, Max, not everybody who does smokers dies. Many do, but not all. Second of all you can worry about is whether Max smokes. You can't worry about whether everybody else smokes or not. You'll make yourself crazy. The only person you can control is Max. If you have the opportunity to give, Max, mommy has raised you and God has led you to be the person who gives. If you have $5 and you can spare $3, give it. Don't worry about what they're doing with it. That is not how you have been called. That is not who you are called to be. And he looked at me a little bit, suspicious, like this. I said, no, son. Whoever planted the seed of doubt in your ear about giving, shame on them. Shame on them. And I am disappointed that all of the work, and I want you all to hear what I said to my son. I am disappointed that all the work that I have done, building you up as a child who gives freely, has been undone by the comments of one adult who had no right to do that to you. No right. I don't care if this family packs lunches and feeds the homeless and gives them money every single Sunday and they throw the food in the garbage and spend their money on cigarettes. That is not our concern. That is not our test. That is not our calling. Our calling is to be the people who pack the lunches and feed the homeless. That's it. But in life, You cannot follow your contribution to the end. It does not mean you should not contribute. I give advice to people every day who don't listen to me. I try to help people out of situations every single day who wake up the next day in the same situation asking for the same advice. It is not my job to ridicule them or cast them aside because they are not in a place yet where they can take my giving, my contribution, and use it wisely or use it appropriately or use it the way I see that it should be used. That's not my calling. My calling is to get up every day, get in front of this camera, and share my life with you in whatever way that I can share it in that moment. And whether you use it the way I want you to use it or the way you need to use it that day that's not my test, and it's not my calling. You are called to contribute, and it is not your job to follow that contribution to the end. Could you imagine how exhausted we would all be if we were chasing our contributions to the end? Ay, ay, ay. So, well, thank you, Jamie Ann Connolly. I am more thankful that you guys show up for me every day, believe me, and share my videos. Everybody who shares my videos basically helps me do what I am meant to be doing. And I love that. So, people justify not giving. They justify I don't want to contribute to the smoking. I don't want to contribute to the drinking. I can assure you that most homeless are not using your money for the things that we in the 80s like to convince ourselves they are. I remember Ronald Reagan and Nancy Reagan being like, they're using it to buy drugs. And I was convinced that every homeless person was on drugs. I was like, oh my God, they're all drug addicts. Turns out, not so much. Turns out in this time, most homeless people are people just like you and I who couldn't hang on any longer. And they were one paycheck away from losing their home, and then they did. So, but that's not even the point. You want to believe stigmas, go ahead and believe it. Just know that your contribution, your calling, is the only thing you are responsible for. That's all I'm saying. And I want my son and my children to know that they have to answer their calling, and it is simply to help people. Just help people. Don't worry about what they do with the help. Just answer your calling. That's all I'm saying. This Monday morning, folks, let the church say amen. Amen. There's no church here, but we could pretend. Amen. Okay, so great point, Martha. When you've got nothing else, if the only thing that comforts you on a cold winter night is a cigarette, by all means, sir, smoke away. Anyway, also, please know that this is not about the homeless. This is just about you and I. This is a coffee talk for you and I. Robin left. Whoa. Guys, Robin left Barnes & Noble at the summit. So now you can call and just ask anybody for my book, and they will order it for you. Robin got a great job, and she's getting married, and we're all thrilled for her. I'll get you another name, but for now, if you want to call the Barnes & Noble at the summit in Birmingham and order a signed copy of The Southern Education of a Jersey Girl, you can ask for anybody. I went up yesterday and signed 6 copies that are being mailed out today. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and the book. Don't forget to send your pictures with the book to Taylor for the video, and please share this video. Just click the share button right there and say, hey, somebody may need to hear this. I love you guys so much. Thank you, Megan and Joseph Patterson, for sharing this video. I love you guys so much. I'm going to be posting some recipes later today and some other things. Shelly, I signed your book yesterday. I love you guys. Have a great, great day.